It's Friday, February 19th, 2016, and let's talk about what happened this week over at xdadevelopers.com. As I've been mentioning every week for the last month or so, I did another tech news video over on my channel, tech, science, fun, toys, all of the things that I'm interested in. If you're interested in checking that out, first link down in the description. But on with the news. As I've also mentioned several times in the last month, NVIDIA started the rollout of Marshmallow to all of their tablets and then stopped it. Well, they have started the rollout yet again. So if you do have a Shield tablet or Shield Tablet K1, be on the lookout for the update. If you have not received it already, I actually have received it already, and apparently I'm getting it again because I just looked and it says Shield Software Upgrade 6.0 ready to install. I'm a little disconcerted. In other news, a company looking to really ring some bells, as it were, Ringing Bells Incorporated, has unveiled a phone called the Freedom 251. They've announced it as an India exclusive device, and it's going to be available for the equivalent of $4 US. In terms of the specs, it's about as low bar as you can go. It's a smartphone, it does have a quad-core processor, and it does have 1 gig of RAM. Basically, it's about on par with the sub $100 phone series that I did a while back. Maybe there'll be an annotation for that, maybe there won't, maybe there'll be a card. So actually, if you're looking for a somewhat halfway decent phone and you're in India, it might be possible to get one of these for $4 or 251 rupees. I looked earlier before filming and it does look like it is still available for sale. It says the shipping date is going to be sometime before June 30th. So if you're in a big hurry for a phone, don't expect this one, but if you've got $4 to spare, it might be interesting. And actually, if Ringing Bells Incorporated happens to see this and they want to send a phone my way, I've actually had one person already ask me over on Twitter to get in touch with them and have them send me a phone. So if you do happen to see this, I would love to check one out. Get in touch with me. In other device news, LG announced 3 new devices, all relatively middle of the range. They have the LG X Cam and X Screen, as well as the Stylus 2, the one that follows up the LG G4 Stylus. Although they have not officially announced it yet, it appears that Alcatel is going to be rolling out a new device, the Idol Pro 4, with Windows 10 on it, and it's going to come packing the Snapdragon 820 processor and support Continuum. So if you want to do the whole convergence thing on Windows 10, that's not a bad device to start from. Arcos is still trying to make its name in the tablet game, trying to bring the tablet game back, as it were, and they've unveiled 3 new tablets, a 7-inch, 8-inch, and 10-inch tablet, all running Marshmallow. And with that, let's move on to more actual development-related news. What appeared to be the biggest news of the week, some of the thing that was really making a lot of stories, I saw at least 3 stories pop up on XDA about it. Only 2 of them are still there for whatever reason. There's a new graphics API called Vulkan, like the live long and prosper kind of Vulkan. And it seems to exist primarily for the purpose not to replace OpenGL and OpenGL ES, but to be an alternative for that. Much in the way you can develop for Android using multiple languages, using this you'd be able to develop for graphics applications using multiple APIs. There's source code and examples and stuff like that out there. There's really nothing real world that you can try out yet. However, NVIDIA has started releasing preview builds for it for the Shield tablet and the Shield TV. So if you've got one of those devices and you want to start developing for Vulkan, you may want to load it up. Continuing in that development vein, if you want to be an Android developer but you're not a huge fan of developing in Java, there's a new programming language that utilizes the JVM called Kotlin, or Kotlin. There's not a pronunciation guide here, I'm just guessing. That is fully Java compatible, should work just fine on Android, supposed to be completely compatible with it. So if you've been holding off on diving into Android development because you are, let's say, confused and or bothered by Java, this may be a good alternative. I'll be curious to see how long it's actually supported, if they continue supporting it moving forward into newer releases of Android, because there have been other languages in the past that have worked with one build of Android or another, but they just over time stop keeping up with them. So if this takes off and it becomes a much easier way to develop for Android apps, awesome. HTC has released the Android 6 kernel source for the 1M9, and that kernel source is supposed to be good for all the carrier variants as well as the regional variants, so basically any 1M9 should be managed by this. Google has started rolling out the Marshmallow update to the LG G Watch. I may actually have to pull mine back out of the drawer and give it a shot and see how it works. There is an OTA link that's been provided, so if you do have the G Watch and you want to do the update to it, head on over to the forum and sideload it. Sony UK says that Marshmallow is coming to the Xperia Z5, at least in the UK, starting on March 7th. Samsung has officially announced that Marshmallow is starting to roll out to the Galaxy S6 and S6 Edge. We did know that it was coming, but now it's nice that it's officially line drawn in the sand, it's happening. They also went through and detailed some of the features that are coming with this new update. The one that's really sticking out for me that's not just a Marshmallow feature is Secret Mode, and that's a feature they've built into their stock browser, so it's kind of like incognito mode for Chrome, but inside of the TouchWiz browser. They've also made some changes to the way that the Edge works in the Galaxy S6 Edge for Marshmallow. The Edge now goes up to a full 550 pixels. There are some UI changes to a couple of the apps that you use in the side. You can change the size and transparency, and there are more quick tools available for it, so the Edge looks like it's definitely here to stay. Xiaomi has announced they're looking for beta testers for MIUI 7 running on the Nexus 5, although according to the article I'm looking at, if you want to be involved in this, you're going to have to actually be a member of their forums and actively use their forums, so maybe don't bother. Honor has started pushing a final test build of Android 6 for the Honor 7 to beta testers. So if you do have the Honor 7, it should be just a short matter of time before it becomes an over-the-air update for you guys as well. Preview builds of CM13 are now available for the Moto Max and the Droid Turbo. Just keep in mind it is still preview build, still very early build, but it is supposedly kind of stable. A couple of mods to replace all of the Google apps on your device with not Google apps, like CyanogenMod apps and Microsoft apps, have been packaged up by XDA member Ninix96. There was an interview posted on the portal with one of the founders of Jide, talking about how they're here to shake things up, and one of the videos posted to XDA TV this week where TK talked about all of the reasons why we still root our devices here at XDA. And the links to all of the things that I've just spoken about can be found down in the video description, as well as, I'm going to say it again, the link to the tech video that I did over on my own channel, so make sure to check out all of those things down in the description. But as always, thank you guys so much for watching. Remember to leave us a thumbs up below this video if you like this video, subscribe to receive all of our videos when they become available, and we will see you again next time.